Hi everyone, welcome back to Mass Effect 2, welcome back on board the Normandy. So events unfolded on Horizon, the Horizon colony in the last episode, where we had to fight the Collectors directly for the first time. We encountered what I'm assuming is going to be a new Reaper enemy who is controlling the Collectors, called Harbinger. Ominous sounding name, right? And we also ran into Ashley, Chief Ashley Williams, who we of course know from Mass Effect 1. And I freaked out a bit because I thought she might have been being mind controlled by Harbinger, but I don't think she was in the end. I mean, the population on Horizon was, what was it? It was still a small colony, but it was still like 200,000 people, so there's still 100,000 people who who survived. Let's double check that. I know we've got entries in the codex. I will read them in this episode. Planets.
Freedom's a typical terminus colony possessing minimal tourist value.
Okay, it doesn't say. But I think it said at some point, maybe in the planet description or something. But it's not an insignificant population anyway. So at first I was like freaking out, obviously thinking Ashley had been mind controlled, and because she'd been bitten by the little bugs that paralyze everyone or put them in some kind of stasis. But they only ran away with a third of the population, I think it was. Well, Ashley wasn't too happy that we were working for Cerberus. She wouldn't join us. She said she was going to report back to Anderson, to the Alliance. So I think that that's going to give us a flavour of what our reception is going to be like on the Citadel. I think there's going to be a lot of that. You've betrayed humanity, you've betrayed the Alliance or whatever, you're working for criminals, you're a mercenary, etc, etc. Struggled a little bit with the combat, not too much. I think it was just a tough point defense style mission, and I enjoyed figuring it all out. I feel like I'm using a good mix of everything. I have to use the active pause when I'm getting a bit overwhelmed. I have to just active pause, have a look around, focus fire, pick an enemy. Yeah, I think I just need to use the active pause more. I think I'm using all my a range of my abilities. Obviously, I could have maybe I don't know if I could have used the hacking on the husks. I don't think so, because they're only part robot synthetic, right? They're a mix, I think. So I don't think it would have worked on them. But yeah, and we obviously learned about the elusive man kind of planting the whole story to get the Alliance there and to try and draw the Collectors out. So he's really kind of sacrificed a lot of the humans there, which is a definite red flag for his future tactics. I mean, how far is he going to push that? So we need to speak to the whole crew about everything that's gone on. As always, I will look forward the most to talking to Mordin. I think that was all I wanted to say at the beginning there. But yeah, I just want to say sorry for freaking out about Ashley at first. In my head, I was just immediately like, she's been mind controlled. But obviously, if half the colony survived, some of them were probably paralyzed as well. But we kind of pushed the Collectors off the planet sooner than they wanted to. So, but yeah, Harbinger. I mean, I did say at the end of the first game that they must have had contingencies. There must have been other Reapers, maybe lying dormant, maybe. Or maybe Harbinger is some sort of reincarnation of Sovereign, or... Because didn't Sovereign say that each Reaper, even though they're one ship or one entity, they're like a whole civilization in and of themselves? So maybe... Harbinger, I keep forgetting the name Harbinger, I don't know why. Harbinger could be like a portion of Sovereign that Sovereign left behind as like I said, as a contingency. Maybe he split himself or something like that. I'm not sure. Still haven't come up with a different name for the drone, I'm going to stick with Nebuchadnezzar for the time being. I do quite like that, to be honest. It's just that Nebuchadnezzar is a ship and not like a drone or a robot, so I guess that isn't quite right, but I'm just going to stick with Nebuchadnezzar until I can think of something a bit better.
How can I help?
Any thoughts on Jack?
Are there any medical concerns I should be aware of on the team?
Cerberus personnel in excellent condition. Always some matters, but nothing affecting immediate mission.
Have you got a minute to talk?
Not at the moment. Think I've unlocked collector interest in humans. Wait, no. Only one heart. Crow can have two. Scratch that. Anything else?
Okay, interesting.
I'll let you work.
We'll be here if you need me.
Nothing about the Varren STDs? No, we've got some new projects, right? We've got a heavy skin weave. We get 10% extra health. Reallocating points. Don't need that just yet. I'm not going to unlock armor with helmets, especially this one. God, that's ugly. Extra 10%. We've got tons of palladium, so it's only 1 of 5 anyway. Can't afford any weapon upgrades. Low on platinum. Oh, and we don't have... Oh, we need... Right. Fine. Can unlock some extra biotic damage. That is extremely cheap. We can't get the ship enhancements yet. That would be really nice. Why can't I get that? I just got a heavy skin weave. Come on now. Oh, one more. Fine. Semantics. Recording check. Right, we'll talk to Kelly in a moment. I'm going to go talk to Joker and Edith. We could call the drone, could name the drone after Ava. I don't know if you guys have seen the film Ex Machina. I think it's Ava, right? AVA, Ava. The name of the android in that. Hey, Joker.
Hey, Commander. It's pretty crazy the people you can run into out here, huh? I mean, it was probably a setup or something, but it was still good to see Ash. Operations Chief Williams, wasn't it?
Hmm. Yeah, she's not happy with us, but she's still a friend.
She moved on. I can't blame her.
She was frontline with you blowing up half the Citadel, and I'm the one who gets roped back into saving the galaxy? But did somebody switch our files?
You're the force that pulls it all together, Joker.
Yeah, it sucks, I'll give you that.
Yeah. How are things going?
I assume everything's going well up here?
We're just having an argument over personalization of my workspace.
Cerberus regulations are clear, Mr. Moreau. Personalization does not include grease on my bridge cameras.
It's just mad that all its footage of me looks like a dream sequence.
Great. I think all this will be the same.
What do you think about the people we're picking up?
Well, about the ones you went out with last. Well, it seems like Garrus has finally worked that stick. I'm not saying anything about Jack. I'm not stupid. It's just my opinion, though. There's really no need to go spreading it around.
Okay, so he'll say something about the 2 people who went out on the last mission. Okay.
So, how do you think we're doing?
Well, the Normandy's not as ready as she could be. There's always more we could upgrade.
Okay.
As for the crew, you'd
That's
have to
it for
ask.
now.
See you, Commander.
Hey, Edith.
Yes, Shepard.
I want to know more about you.
Do you have a specific inquiry?
How are you getting along with Joker?
Mr. Moreau does not trust me.
Yeah, the last Normandy did just fine without an AI reminding me the airlock is ajar.
Yeah, you guys will have to let me know about the drone. Nebuchadnezzar, Ava. I'm really drawing a blank here on what to call it. I'm really drawing a blank. I guess a lot of people would probably end up calling it something from Star Wars with all the droids and stuff, but I'm not calling it anything from Star Wars. Yeah, I'll go. I don't know. What's your job again?
What do you do aboard the ship?
I operate the ship's electronic and cyber warfare suites in combat. My reaction time is much faster than any organic. I collate the records of shipboard monitoring devices for the Elusive Man. I serve additional functions which are restricted at this time.
That's all for now.
Logging you out, Shepard.
Okay, we've heard all that, so let's go and have a chat with everyone. I'll talk to Kelly last, just after we've spoken to everyone else. I don't know if Edith will have different things on different terminals again. Right. These two, I guess Garrus and Miranda are kind of the two more important crew members, I suppose. I imagine someone's going to be aboard starboard observation and port observation. How many more crewmates? We've still got a ton of space. Can we refill our Medigel in here? Because I don't have much left.
Access to the AI core is restricted.
Man, I would love a synthetic squad mate, man. I would love it. I would absolutely adore that. But I mean, we don't really have the options, right? There's only the Geth.
Weren't you originally stationed on Horizon?
Yes. If I hadn't joined Cerberus, I'd be abducted by the Collectors right now.
Wow, you really dodged a bullet.
Yeah, I couldn't take that. They creeped the hell out of me.
Fair enough. Interesting run we've got going there, Shepard. Hey, Garrus.
Shepard, need me for something?
Just a chat.
Have you got a minute?
Can it wait for a bit? I'm in the middle of some calibrations.
Have the Cerberus crew...
Don't worry, Commander. We're all working together.
Talk to you later,
I'll be here
guys.
if you need me.
Okay, nothing new after that mission. He's still staring at Dr. Miranda in your normal outfit.
Shepard, I find myself in the unpleasant position of
Oh.
asking for your help.
This must
I don't
be...
like discussing personal matters, but this is important.
So I do find it weird that I don't know if Miranda in particular had a hand in Jack's I don't know, training, experiments and everything. Considering her past, you would have thought she would be staunch in her opposition to that. But I suppose we don't really know which branch of Cerberus did that to Jack. It might not have really had anything to do with the Elusive Man, because we know they operate in these kind of terrorist-esque cells that don't really communicate with each other. So yeah, Miranda, this might be something to do with her father. Of course, Miranda.
Miranda, you're one of my crew. Tell me what's on your mind.
You remember what I told you about Father? Building a dynasty? There was another reason I went to Cerberus for protection. I have a sister, a twin, and he's still hunting her.
What?
Cerberus has kept her safe, until now. She's living a normal life on Ilium, safe and hidden from my father.
No way. A twin? She's gonna have, like, blonde hair or something, though. But not anymore, right?
So you think your father's tracked her down?
Precisely, Commander. My sources indicate he knows that she's on Ilium. I've tried to keep her hidden without impacting her life, but I'm out of options. He's too close. I need to relocate my sister's family before it's too late.
What's her name?
What do you know about your sister?
She's my genetic twin. We're identical, but she deserves a normal life, and she's going to get it no matter what.
Miranda, camera angles. Where do you want to bring her on board the ship?
Did your sister's family know about this? Are they okay with being relocated?
They know nothing. They're completely uninvolved. Normal. I told Cerberus, and they're coming up with a positive reason to move the family.
Why is she stood like that? I don't want to say the joke that's in my head. Sorry. Yeah, I can help.
What do you need me to do?
My father is extremely persistent. I'd like to go to Ilium when Cerberus is moving the family to make sure none of his agents get too close. My contact's name is Lantea. She'll be waiting for us in the lounge near the Nos Astra docking bay.
Okay, his side quest for Miranda. So we've got a side quest for Zaid and Miranda. And we've had hints of quests for Jack, for Garrus, nothing for Jacob or Grunt. So Garrus, we want to find the person who betrayed his crew. Jack wants to find the people who experimented on her. Grunt, I think, will probably have something to do with Krogan ancestry, maybe. Obviously not to do with him, obviously, because he doesn't have any ancestors, but... So give him some sort of purpose outside of killing things. Right, let's go talk to Jack. And then I'm going to go to the Citadel, guys. I meant to say that at the start. Really wish we could have that other outfit without the goggles.
Hey.
Got a minute?
Tell me about you, Jack. What are you up to? Still checking out your ship. Wouldn't mind putting her through her paces when you're not around.
Maybe later.
I doubt Joker would appreciate that. At least not while we're working. Relax.
Joyriding doesn't have the thrill it used to. Besides, if I wanted it, I'd take it.
That's,
I've been around. Ran with gangs,
Me
wiped
too.
out some gangs, joined a cult. Kept the haircut. I learned how to survive and not be a victim.
A lot of this sounds like front to me. Sorry, I don't pronounce the T's. Front. I can't do it. I always feel like whenever someone from like Manchester or surrounding areas tries to pronounce their T's, it just at the end of words, not at the beginning. Like trust. I can say trust. Certain words, cult, like that, it just sounds really awkward when you actually try and pronounce cult. You know, like you're trying to speak to someone who doesn't speak English, and you like that joke, that stereotype of English people just shouting at some like Spanish person. Tell me about the cult.
it's hard to imagine you in a cult. That usually involves a lot of rules.
I was looking for answers.
Yeah.
Drugs and sex and going to a better place. A better place, right. It was all about money. They wanted to take a colony, shake the suckers down to fund their spread, and guess who was their ace in the hole? They were just like the rest. Didn't give one shit about me.
Man, she's cut in such a tragic figure, man. There's a lot of parallels between her and Grunt, right? Grunt. There's a lot of parallels between her and Grunt. You know, no identity almost. Like they've been treated as just as a living weapon almost, it's really sad. Like, what she's talking about here is... Yeah. Can't think you'd expect to hear from like maybe a teenager who's come from a bit of a rough home life, you know, an abusive home or something, and they're trying to find some sort of direction, and then because they've come from an abusive environment, or they, without realizing it, they seek out other abusive environments, and yeah, it does sound like that, doesn't it?
What'd you do when you found out?
What do you think?
What'd you do when you found out?
What do you think?
So you really don't trust anyone? Can we break down that wall?
You must have met some good people too.
Everybody wants something, and because of that, everything is fair game. Murder, assault, kidnapping, drugs, stealing, arson, done it all. And that's the boring shit. Piracy, theft of military craft, destruction of a space station, and vandalism. That was a good one.
She's numb, I guess, right? So what did you vandalize? That's the most fun sounding one, I suppose.
I'm surprised you'd even mention vandalism in that bunch.
That's what the Hanar call it when you crash that space station I mentioned into one of their moons and make a new crater. They really liked that moon.
Oh no, the poor Hannah. I shouldn't laugh. Just because the Hanar resemble like a kind of floating jellyfish doesn't mean it's funny. Whose military craft did you steal? Alliance?
Military's a hard target. Bet that made you some friends.
Shouldn't have left the thing unlocked. Besides, parades are boring. I helped.
What space station did you destroy?
A space station? You're pushing what I can believe.
Ain't saying it was easy. Not everything is spur of the moment. Sometimes you gotta work to give people what they deserve. Had some people I hung with for a while. Outlaw colony. Felt like they were like me. Guess that made us a nice target. Turians think they know something about a scorched earth response. Fuck 'em.
And the piracy?
You were a pirate too?
Ties in with the kidnapping. If you hijack a passenger ship and don't kill everyone, anyway. Good lesson. Simpler to just kill them all.
No regrets?
Do you ever wonder if you could have done things differently?
No.
Shouldn't you?
There's no reason I should be alive, but I am. You know why? Instinct. It's worked for me so far, and I'm not gonna change. Hey, Shepard. No one's ever asked me about this shit. It's strange to talk about. So fuck you. And thanks for asking.
Nihilism. Nihilism and leather bra straps. There's no way that thing would stay on at all. I mean, you'd need some, like... Yeah. You need to be pert for that thing to hold on. Or you need some, like, tape. Yeah, she's cut in such a tragic figure, man. It's, yeah, but, you know, it's just someone who's come from such an abusive background. It's kind of par for the course, right? I guess she's just numb to a lot of this stuff because it's all been done to her in the past. I feel like we might have exhausted Zaid's.
Back for more?
Yeah.
Tough fight on Horizon. I fought slavers and kidnapping rings, but nothing. Some slavers took a little girl on a colony in the Skepsis system. Girl woke up, fought her way out, got picked up by my band well on her way to Omega. 8 years old. She'd have had no chance on Horizon. I knew this girl once, Asari. Good head on her shoulders. We had this whole thing going, until she sold me out to the Blood Pack. Put a sour note on the relationship.
Okay. Let's go talk to Grunt. After that last conversation we had with Grunt, I'm actually kind of really intrigued by him. Just the kind of... I mean... I don't know if you've watched any of my other playthroughs. I do sometimes talk about my love of doomed protagonists. I know that Jack and Grunt aren't doomed protagonists, but this kind of potential path of self-destruction they're on is always something. Is always the kind of story I enjoy.
Shepard.
Just checking in, making sure you're acclimatizing.
I was just sitting here thinking. The picture, I'm finally starting to get it.
Right?
There's a tank imprint, the battle at Canrum. A dead Turian, stripped. You don't see them out of their armor much. A Krogan boot on his head, and a claw hammer. It's under the brow plate, pulling it back, right? Eyes have gone black, and you see tension in the muscle. You can feel it ready to snap. I get it.
What?
Canrum isn't ringing a bell.
Death of Shiagar, female warlord. Turians killed her, so they were hunted down and made examples.
Right.
Even if they won the war, it was the last push before the rebellions ended.
Okay. So why is that funny?
Maybe I had to be there, but I don't get the joke.
There's no joke. It's just great. It's a Turian, and he's being torn apart for what they did.
Oh.
I felt nothing before, but now I get it. It was a good fight. The enemy was destroyed to punish them all and send a message. I get it. I hate Turians. I thought you'd be glad.
What about Garrus?
Don't start anything with Garrus. I won't have trouble on my ship.
I don't hate Garrus. I hate the Turians. Garrus is just one Turian, and he's your clan. No point in ripping his face off unless he turns on me. It's hate, but it's mine. Okeer was blind, and he tried to make me the same. But I'm starting to feel what they did, to see why I should care. Anyway, I'm still figuring where I fit, but it made me laugh. Nothing else really on my mind, Shepard.
Interesting. So it's almost as if all of these seeds have been planted in his head to maybe emerge over time. Also kind of sounds like he needs to do some drugs to kind of loosen up a bit. Can we get some mushrooms for Grunt? The psilocybe might loosen him up a bit. You know, in terms of mentally. I don't mean just for the sake of it. Because, you know, that kind of experience can unlock memories, unlock things in your mind, right? With the lack of a better idea. Moving on. Uh-oh.
Commander, sorry I'm a little unfocused. Personal matter. It won't affect my duties.
I decide what's personal. Okay. I sense a side quest.
Always have time for my crew. What is it?
As I said, it's a personal matter. I don't want to waste our time if it turns out to be a goose chase. But... well, I got pinged by a ghost the other night. Family.
What?
I'm listening.
My private log got an update about the Hugo Gernsback, the ship my father served on. It sent an SOS last week, reporting a crash and requesting a rescue. Shepard, that ship went missing 10 years ago. I hadn't talked to my father for 3 years before that. I've buried everything but a body. I'm not convinced it isn't just some automated distress signal ticking over. It's been too long.
I don't understand this top response. But yeah, you want to check it out.
You'd like us to go take a look at the wreck, see if it's legit.
If the coordinates aren't too far out of our way, I could at least verify the wreck. Who knows, maybe there is actually someone out there. I want to also mention that I don't make a habit of looking for random SOS signals. This was passed to my personal log through Cerberus filters.
Sure. What mission did they go missing on?
Tell me about the Hugo Gernsback and what it was doing.
Privately held frigate. I looked over the mission brief when it disappeared. Nothing stood out. Typical research and grab operation. Find an uncharted planet, stake a claim, and establish as large a presence as you can as fast as possible to shut out competitors.
Okay. Was it with Cerberus?
Any signs that this was a Cerberus front? Who passed this to you?
I doubt the elusive man would let a direct operation stake hold this long. If there's a link, it's probably just about money. Cerberus needs diverse holdings to fund projects like, well, you.
Thanks.
And whoever sent this my way covered their tracks. Someone could be fishing for favors, or thought it would get under my skin. Who knows with that bunch?
Okay. How well did you know your father?
You didn't get along with your father?
He made no apologies, I'll give him that. You make a mistake, you own up to it. Even if you keep making it. Whatever problems we had were a lifetime ago. I've had 10 years to get to where I am. And as far as I know, he's still a ghost.
Alright. Estranged with his father, perhaps. Alright.
I think we can spare the time. Pass the coordinates to Joker.
I appreciate that, Commander. I don't expect more than dusty old bones, but it'll be good to close the record.
Are we going there right now, or is it just being added to the map? Yeah. Travel to Aya. Excellent. Alright, let's talk to Kelly for a second. Now that we've...
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Okay.
I saw the reports on Horizon, Commander. What you did was amazing.
I don't
the
like...
report mentioned that Ashley Williams was there. How did that go?
I don't like that we're wearing matching outfits. Yeah, I miss her, I guess.
We've been through a lot. I wish we could have had more time together.
I understand. Anyway, how may I help you, Commander?
I mean, what are the chances that Kelly might be an AI? After all that I've been talking about.
Do you have a moment to talk?
Oh no.
I always have time for you, Commander.
Never mind.
I better go.
Okay. Maybe we'll talk later.
Yes, right now.
How may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
Take care.
Incoming message from Admiral Stephen Hackett, Alliance HQ.
Commander Shepard, I need to discuss a sensitive matter with you privately.
Someone's going to be
In my
listening.
quarters.
Interesting. Hackett's back. Oh, getting a loading screen. Does this always appear? I'm just not remembering. I mean, the elusive man's going to be listening. Oh my god, we see his face.
Thank you for your time. I'll keep this brief. We have a deep cover operative out in Batarian space. Name's Dr. Amanda Kenson. Dr. Kenson recently reported that she found evidence of an imminent Reaper invasion.
Imminent?
So why call me?
Just this morning I received word that the Batarians arrested her. They're holding her in a secret prison outpost on terrorism charges. I need you to infiltrate the prison and get her out of there. As a favor to me, I'm asking you to go in alone.
Okay. Man, we look good in some of these cutscenes, man. This is why you spend time in the character creator, right? Yeah, Reaper invasion.
I thought the Alliance denies the Reaper threat. That must be some proof she found.
Kenson's team found an artifact out in Batarian space. She believes it's a Reaper device, proof that the Reapers are indeed planning to invade. I've known her a long time. If she says she has proof, it's worth checking out.
I mean, the problem with this is that the Reaper's only plan is to invade, right? That's their only... It's not their only purpose, but that's like their whole design with Sovereign, you know, so that's not really going to tell us. But he said imminent, so maybe it's something more pressing. And what can you tell me about her?
What else can you tell me about the operative?
Amanda's a top scientist and Alliance agent working in Batarian space. It's a deadly assignment, and she's one of the few up to the challenge. She and I go back pretty far, Commander. I won't let her rot away in a Batarian torture camp.
Sure. What are the charges she's being levied with?
What's Dr. Kenson actually doing out there?
She's a deep cover operative, Shepard. We talk only when we have to. I'd heard she was investigating a rumor of a Reaper artifact in the system. Her last report said she'd found it.
So is there any chance that the Batarians are falsifying this or something?
The Batarians won't take kindly to the Alliance breaking into a secret prison.
It's not the Alliance.
This is not an Alliance operation. It's one person going in alone to save a friend. If it were an official mission, of course the Batarians would be upset. You keep this quiet, Shepard, and there's nothing to worry about.
Just me, or just me and my team?
I have a hell of a squad with me. I'm sure they'd help out.
Kenson is my friend. If the Batarians see a squad of armed soldiers, they'll kill her. This is serious, Commander. Go in with discretion, or don't go at all.
Okay. Sure.
I'll make this a priority.
The prison is hidden underground in a Batarian outpost on Aratat. I'll upload the coordinates now.
Is this...
Once she's secure, confirm her discovery. We'll debrief you when you're back.
Got it.
Hackett out.
Ooh. So is that a potential squad mate, I'm guessing? Liara! I got warned not to check something about the Shadow Broker. All that was told was that I'll speak to someone and there'll be an option in the bottom left of the dialogue wheel to talk about the Shadow Broker, and I shouldn't click on that until I've spoken about everything else because it'll cut missions off. Untitled from an invalid sender name. Hey Shepard, heard I have you to thank for getting out of purgatory. Oh, the prison. Sent a ship to round me up, but they didn't weapons check good enough. I'm going to carve your name instead of mine into my next victim as thanks. Got anyone you need dead? You did take a shot at me though on my way out, so I have to kill you. You know how it goes. Dad taught me that you let anyone hurt you, they get ideas, so you make sure to send a message. Not like I'm sending now though. See you around. People who live here are coming back, and it's showtime. Look around for your name. I'll make sure you find it before I find you. Billy. Billy boy. Oh dear. Can you help? From Robin Reeve. Commander, the Alliance soldier here gave me this contact information. I hope this reaches you. You said you were trying to help you said you were trying to stop those collectors. They took my son and my brother. Have you found them? Do you know where they are? I know you're looking. So many people are just gone. Every family's lost someone. The children are the worst. Empty desks at the schools, winter clothes that never get worn. Please, the Alliance isn't doing anything. The Council isn't doing anything. If you can find our people, I'm begging you to do something. Tell me something I can do. Tell me anything. Robin Reeve. Not sure. Uh-oh. To Shepard from Cerberus Information Processing. We're aware that your old friend Liara Tsoni has been hunting for the Shadow Broker for several years. We wouldn't mind helping her in that hunt, given the broker's past work for the Collectors. We recently uncovered some information that might give Liara a lead on where to find the Shadow Broker's base of operations, but unfortunately, she doesn't have much faith in Cerberus intel. If you visit Ilium and pass it on to her as a gesture of goodwill, we'd appreciate it. Oh man, now that's going to be like something we need to prioritize, right? Crap. I've got squad points. So we should probably put some points into Incinerate, right? Because that's like our base damage. But I could put, because it's 3 points, I could put it into something else. Gets a health bonus, duration bonus, which isn't insignificant. So the impact radius is dependent on these. It would be nice to do more damage to shields. Oh, and it overheats weapons, so we would have a reason to use it outside of just getting rid of shields. We need to... I feel like AI hacking and cryoblast are the least useful, or at least not what we should be prioritizing at first. I feel like because we're an engineer, obviously, I feel like we need to prioritize our damage dealing abilities, which would be Overload and Incinerate. So obviously for shields and just base damage, and for armor. Can stun targets briefly and damage their shields. I feel like we should just spread the points across Overload incinerate and combat drone for the time being, and treat cryoblast and AI hacking as stuff that we'll get later, or if we run into the Geth again, maybe we'll think about AI hacking or something. But yeah, and then we'll pick up another 3-pointer on the next level. Okay, so I'd like to go somewhere in this episode. So we've got like 20-ish minutes, so we can don't get me wrong, I love reading the codex, but we've been talking to everyone and reading stuff already, so we're going to go to the Citadel. That's what I want to do, and we'll catch up again with the codex in the next episode once we're at the Citadel. I take it we haven't read this. Yeah, see, 600. So how did they abduct 300,000? No, wait. 200,000 people on that ship that they had. It wasn't that big. We haven't read this, so. Horizon is a temperate world that has hit the sweet spot for carbon-based life. Horizon has a nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere maintained by abundant indigenous photosynthetic plants and bacteria. While the native plants are not very palatable to humans, the soil conditions are such that a handful of introduced Earth species have flourished, and the colonists must take strict care to prevent ecological disasters. Genetically engineered Terminator seeds that grow nutritious but sterile crops to minimize outbreaks are the rule rather than the exception. Animals on Horizon appear to be exploding in diversity, similar to Earth's Cambrian period. Large flying insect analogues take advantage of the thicker-than-Earth atmosphere and low gravity to grow enormous. Microbial life has proven relatively benign. A series of vaccinations for the most virulent strains of soil-borne diseases is all that is required for a visit. Weird that they wouldn't leave a planet like this to develop life. A little weird, at least. Now, I know that there are planets here, but I want to go back to the Citadel, so that's what we're doing. Oh my god. Okay, so the Crescent Nebula has tons of missions. Recruit the assassin, help Miranda, go to Ilium and give Liara the intel, recruit the Justicar, and recruit the assassin. Who are these people? One of those must be the doctor we heard about from Hackett. Jacob's mission. Recruit Tali! That's such a spoiler! Please tell me we get to go to the flotilla. The Far Rim. That doesn't... No. Project Overlord. Wow, there's so much here, man. Yeah. I would like to go to the Citadel. I don't think we need anything, do we? Alright. It's going to cause quite the stir. Is there going to be a journalist waiting for us immediately? Okay, so we should probably take some good conversationalists here, so definitely not Jack, Zaid, Grunt, or Jacob. I feel like Mordin, Garrus, and Miranda are going to be the best bets here. C-set connections. Mordin's nice and logical. Miranda can speak well in terms of being a Cerberus representative. I feel like we definitely take Mordin. I don't know if it's going to be inflammatory taking Miranda or not. That's my real question here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more squad mates. So we know that there's the Master Thief that's here, Tali, the other 2, and 1 who is as of yet undiscovered. So I think, does that mean it's not Liara? Because if it was Liara, then because we've discovered the quest that leads to Liara, this might unlock. Maybe she'll still join the team. Maybe we'll get a different Asari. That'd be interesting. But I'm a bit annoyed that spoiled Tali joining us. But she did say maybe later, I suppose. I kind of feel like we should take Miranda. I just feel like she'd be good support for us being attacked by Alliance in conversation. Might regret this. Alright. Miranda, you got a few points, so we're going to bump your Cerberus officer up. Let's see what the options are. A leader. Miranda's coordination of the fire team gives an increased bonus to squad weapon damage. 20% to health, 25% to weapon damage, squad health plus 7.5%, squad weapon damage plus 15%. Okay, so that's a real support class then. Tactician. Miranda's leadership tactics leave no one behind, giving an increased bonus to squad health. Okay, so damage or health. I feel like health isn't necessarily as important as shields, right? Because you just kind of sit behind cover until your shields charge back up. You shouldn't be really relying on health unless you maybe, I suppose, Grunt and Jack and maybe Jacob, because they're shotgunners, probably might need their higher health a bit more. But I think we take the damage increase here. Yeah, let's take Cerberus leader. Mordin, Solarian scientist. I'll read the main description rather than looking at them. A genius. Mordin's technical breakthroughs further increase the strength of his shields. 25% to health, 18% weapon damage, 25% to shields. Savant. I don't know if weapon damage applies to his tech abilities. Mordin's study of ballistics, physics, and shock trauma increases weapon damage. So I don't know if this applies to his Omni tool. But I feel like shields would be good because he is a little bit squishy, and he doesn't use his weapon that much anyway. I'm going to take the shields. This might be a mistake. Yeah, we don't really need any other options. I like the particle beam. We're a bit underpowered, but I don't know how much fighting we're really going to be involved in here. I feel like someone will be waiting for us as soon as we get out.
Commander Shepard, enter the password and receive a free gift.
Okay. Hello, Hannah. Talk to...
Got problems with collectors? Try Kasumi's credit services.
Keepers. Fascinating creatures. Genetic constructs adapted to work in Citadel. Couldn't survive outside. Unknown purpose. Wish I could have studied them. Had other things to do instead.
Damn it. Hello there.
Just enter your password. Please tell me your password, Commander Shepard.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about this. Silence is golden.
Silence is golden.
Good to finally meet you, Commander Shepard. Kasumi Goto. I'm a fan.
Interesting. So this is the squad mate. Why the secrecy?
What's with the password and the sneaking around? Are you in trouble or something?
I'm the best thief in the business, not the most famous. Need to watch my step to keep it that way. I also needed to make sure all this was legit. And I have no doubts now. You're the real Commander Shepard.
Have you been briefed?
Has Cerberus filled you in on the mission?
Honestly, I'm shocked they didn't come to see me sooner. My fault for being hard to find, I guess.
I like her. She matches our purple colour scheme as well. Have you worked with Cerberus before?
What brought you to Cerberus?
That's a bit of a story. Short version, they were looking for me, so I trailed them to find out what... Turns out they were looking for someone to join you on an important mission, and were offering a serious signing bonus. I had a thing I needed help with, so I made them a deal. And here we are.
What deal?
I assume this deal is something I should know about.
Yeah, I guess it slipped their minds. I'm looking for my old partner's gray box. A man named Donovan Hawk took it, and I'm planning to get it back.
Who's that?
What do you know about Donovan Hawk?
Mr. Hawk is a well-respected businessman. Arms dealer, murderer, generally not a great guy. His mansion's famous for being hard to crack, but I have a way in, and I think you're gonna love it.
Expecting trouble?
I doubt Hawk's the kind of guy who takes kindly to people sneaking into his house.
I always expect trouble. That's why you're here.
What's a grey box?
I assume a gray box is some kind of hardware.
It's a neural implant. Illegal in most places. Stores memories, thoughts, secret codes, illicit information. This one in particular belonged to my partner, Keiji Okuda. We worked together for a long time, before Hawk killed him.
I like this chick. I feel like she should be pronouncing these Japanese names a bit better. I'm not an expert, but I don't think she's pronouncing them quite right. The heist?
What's this heist you're planning?
Not here, Shepard. You'll get a briefing when the time comes. I need time to nail down the details anyway. I've taken the liberty of getting you some evening wear, though. You want to look presentable.
Sure.
If that's what Cerberus promised you, we'll get it done.
It'll be fun. And if we're lucky, you won't even have to draw your gun. We should probably wrap this up. You look pretty silly standing there talking to an advertisement. See you on the ship, Shepard.
I like her. It's a shame she's DLC though. Travel to Beckenstein. Okay, we're at the overwhelmed with quests stage again. Galactic news.
The Destiny Ascension has completed its 20-colony victory cruise. Council members aboard thanked Human Alliance soldiers for their efforts in repelling Saren's invasion 2 years ago. The attack on the human colony of Freedom's Progress has generated a swift but confused response. 8 vessels have been sent, but it is not clear whether there are survivors. The Council offered its sympathy, but regretted that it could not become involved in a purely human matter. Alliance military officials are having difficulty meeting hiring quotas, according to a new report. Since Eden Prime, an initial surge in patriotic enlistments was followed by a downturn, as the public became skeptical that the Alliance can match Geth technology.
Interesting. We'll listen to a few more of these on the way out. Let's go. Now we've got to come in through CSEC now because we're not like an official presence.
Obviously security has tightened since you were last here.
Yeah.
Shut it down. What? Do you seriously think? Yeah, okay. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am. Our scanners are picking up false readings. They seem to think you're dead.
Yeah, I kind of was.
I was listed as missing in action a couple years ago.
Would you mind checking in with my captain? He can reinstate you in our system. He's just past the scanners on your right.
Avina.
You'll have to make him scream a little. He's not gonna tell you everything just because you ask.
I know, sir.
If you don't have the stomach or you're worried about being reported, I can take care of it.
No, sir. I can handle it.
Yes, I see the problem already, Commander Shepard. My console says you're dead.
Come on, then.
You're not worried I'm some imposter claiming to be me?
We have the best screening equipment in the galaxy. Those scanners can sample DNA from skin flakes. Hell, if you have unregistered gene mods, they can even figure those out.
It's a hell of a chin you've got there, Captain. Can't you fix it?
Your sergeant said you could help with that.
Usually you'd have to go through the station security administration to reactivate your IDs. Then to customs and immigration to regain access to the Citadel itself, and probably a stop by the Treasury. Spending a year dead is a popular tax dodge. But I can see you're a busy woman. So how about I just press this button right here, and we call it done?
Are you allowed to do that?
Couldn't one of us or both of us get into trouble for that?
There's no way to fool the DNA scanners in that tunnel. Why wait in long lines and fill out a massive useless hard copy paperwork to get to the same place? The Council does everything by the book. They've had thousands of years to write it. Sometimes things need to get done without a committee vote.
Yeah. Has he got an ulterior motive? There's a quest in The Witcher 3 like this, isn't there? In the bank, in the Blood and Wine DLC, where you can't get your money because they think that you're dead. I wonder if that's a reference to this. I don't know. In some way, because Geralt was presumed dead, obviously. I don't know if I trust this guy. Seems a bit weird.
Not big on formalities, are you?
I'm with them right up until they keep people from doing their jobs. There. I just saved you about 9 days of running around. That said, you should head up to the Presidium and tell them you're still alive. The Council probably wants to talk to the one who saved their scaly asses.
How do I get there? I probably can figure it out.
What's the easiest way to get to the Presidium from down here?
Head back through the security checkpoint and take a public shuttle.
Sweet.
I will. Having access to the Council and the Spectre's resources would be useful.
Yeah. The Council can get anything. Best thing about working CSEC is that any equipment, information, or money you need, you get. Anyway, something else you need? Or can I get back to work?
Wow, it's got a lot of information. What's the fallout after Sovereign's attack?
Looks like most of the damage from Sovereign's attack has been repaired.
The Presidium was pretty shot up. Of course, they fixed that first. All the wards got hit with debris when the ship exploded. Most of the damage was superficial, and the Keepers got things restored fast. Tasery Ward got the worst. A big chunk hit near the Dillanaga concert hall. They're still clearing wreckage and trying to get power restored.
What about Zakira Ward?
Tell me about this place.
All the wards are more or less multicultural, but the other four are dominated by Asari, Turians, or Solarians. In Zakira, we've got major enclaves of Volus, Elcor, and Hanar. There's also a human commercial zone at Shinakiba. We've got a few Krogan walking around, and I think I saw a Quarian the other day.
More humans in CSEC?
Last time I was here, there were no human captains in CSEC.
No, CSEC took a lot of casualties when the Geth boarded the Presidium. The Special Response Division was hard hit. They stopped turning their noses up at human resumes. They needed bodies in uniform, and we had the most experienced bodies.
Abusing suspects?
I overheard your conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Make him scream a little?
This isn't a Presidium. All they have to worry about are protesters outside their free speech zones or someone's poodle crapping on the grass. Down here, we have drugs, organized crime, and murder. Policing a ward is like policing New York City. Sometimes you have to work outside the Council's rulebook.
An angry Canadian. Who would have thought it?
I need to talk to the Council.
Oh.
How can I get...
Head through the security checkpoint and take a public shuttle.
See you later, dude.
You need anything else, let me know.
Alright. Avina is back. Alright guys, I'm going to have to end the episode there. It's just we're at that time. So we spoke to a bunch of the crew again. We picked up quite a few side quests. One for Miranda, one for Jacob. Another quest for Admiral Hackett. It sounds like a recruitment quest as well. I'm not sure. And we've recruited Kasumi. And we've returned to the Citadel. But we don't really know what our reception is going to be like. We'll find out in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this one. Leave me a like if you did. Just remember, everybody, never trust and uncrate. I'll see you back on the Citadel.